All right, everybody. We're back, and we thank Giancarlo for giving us a few minutes of his time. We'll get through a handful of questions. Same thing, bottom right of your computer. You can raise your hand. That's the only way I'll know that you'd like to ask a question, and we'll queue everybody up, and we'll get through, like I said, a handful of questions. Who would like to ask the first question for G? We'll start with Marley Rivera from ESPN. Marley, if you'd like to unmute and ask G a question.
Hello, G. Can you hear me fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Obviously, a very scary moment with Masahiro Tanaka, and you know how terrible that situation is personally. How is that for you? How are you feeling? And just talk to me about if you have talked to Tanaka.
That was a scary moment. For me, terrible initially, of course. You never want to see your teammate on the ground, especially by the hand of yourself. So, yeah, I've talked to him. He appears to be fine, for given the circumstance. So, my stance really is as long as he's okay, I'm okay. That's a scary thing and something that I think we really dodged something that could have been a lot worse. So I'm just happy that he's okay and that hopefully get past that quick to getting him feeling back to normal.
Giancarlo, we saw how distraught you were. Just all of us were. What is that moment like?
Really, I mean, as fast as it happens, it's more slow-mo, I'd say, for me. You see it slow-mo, you want that ball to keep veering off, and it didn't. So kind of like when I got hit, it's everything's kind of in slow-mo. You go look how fast it all happened later, but at the end of the day, it's just glad that he was awake and functioning and responsive right off the bat, and throughout the evening and the next day and today.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
We can take the next question from Pete Caldera. Pete, if you can unmute, you can ask you your question.
Hey, Giancarlo, thank you. Just wonder if you could go through your decision to participate in that MLB Players Camp in Palm Beach and what it was like. I mean, did you hit against guys like Kluber and Scherzer or Verlander?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't part of that game actually. I was down there working out with them, but I wasn't part of that specific game that's been reported. But it was cool being down there, getting working and seeing a diverse group of guys, all going to different camps and getting ready in their own aspect. A lot of respectable guys there.
Next question from Eric Boland. Eric, if you can unmute.
Hi, Giancarlo. Thanks for coming in today. Can you just give us an idea of how long your calf has felt, 100% or close to 100%, where you're not limited in anything that you're doing?
It's been pretty recent of 100%. So gonna go through camp, make sure you got the schedule lined up to be ready to DH and go from there. With the season being so short, this is really a one-stop shop of getting it right. So I think we have a good schedule down and a good formula to get it right.
Thank you.
Next question, please, from Brendan Cuddy. B, go ahead. Unmute.
Giancarlo, thank you for taking the time today.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, reportedly, there was no tester present for your guys' coronavirus tests. Could you take us through what it was like on Sunday? Was there confusion? Was it weird? You had to spit in your own cup? And what has testing been like in general here as an experience for you guys?
Where are we at? I believe we've gotten tested every other day as scheduled.
Right.
I have gotten tested every other day, so I don't know. I can't really speak on that there wasn't a tester here. How we were scheduled, how was scheduled along with everyone else. I believe that it's gone to protocol.
And what has that experience been like? Is it weird, getting used to it?
Yeah, weird, odd, all those words for it, but you got to understand that's what has to happen. That's what needs to go on in order for this year to progress. So yeah, it's odd, out of the norm, but what needs to happen.
Thank you.
Take the next question from James Wagner. James, if you can unmute, please.
Hey, Giancarlo, hope you and the family are doing well. Just wanted to ask, I know that you and some of your teammates had posted about this stuff last month. I mean, racial injustice in this country, Black Lives Matter, things that change. What has felt differently to you in baseball about kind of this movement? You see a lot of players that maybe didn't talk about these things before are talking about it now, and does it feel different? And you hopeful that it will, I guess, even within the clubhouse, kind of spark something?
Yeah. I mean, it feels different to the fact that more will listen now. I mean, I feel like the doors been opened that should have been opened a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, we've always talked about it amongst ourselves. The cities where we hear things that we shouldn't in the outfield. I know a lot of guys, Adam Jones specifically, that has spoken out and has had public instances go on about it. But yeah, I mean, now's the time to let it be known that this needs to stop, and that we got to be a face. We got to be the outlet to get the information out there and show that to lead the force.
Next question from Christy Ackert. Christy, go ahead.
Hi, Giancarlo. I'm just wondering, you said you have the schedule lined up for you to be able to DH. Do you feel that the CAF would allow you to play in the outfield at all this season, or is that something you're just going to wait on for the next year?
Yeah, I do. But to start, the DH is the plan.
Thank you.
We'll take a couple more. George King, New York Post. Georgie, you want to give it a whirl?
Giancarlo, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What would have to happen for you to decide that this is not really going to go forward for yourself and opt out?
I can't answer that for you. I mean, something crazy would have to happen in the clubhouse and in the country. I don't know. I mean, this is all new territory for us, so there's uncertainty in all the sports. There's uncertainty with a lot of things, but we're here. We're going by the protocols we need, and that lining ourselves up to be successful for this year. So as long as we can keep to that and nothing crazy happens, and I think we'll be all right.
G, thanks again for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, that'll wrap